Hello, CA warriors. How are you all doing? Friends, today we are going to start with a very interesting topic. But, friends, before that, remember the goal of this video is not to go deep into every single concept, but to give you a crisp, exam oriented summary so that you know what is important and how to remember it smartly. This book and video together will act as your perfect self study partner. And I'm super confident, guys, that after this revision, you will be able to solve any MCQ that come your way in the exam. So let's begin this rapid fire revision session. And yes, if you find these notes helpful, don't forget to share them with your friends. Let's start with Chapter 4, Unit 3, Part A, Revenue Analysis. Friends, this chapter is actually a backbone for understanding how firm earn, measure, and maximum profit under different market conditions. Oh, let's get into rapid revision mode. Friends, total in this part, we will going to discuss 5 points. But believe me, all the 5 points are with a full of formulas, concepts, and logical calculations. Now, the first topic is what is a firm? Friends, a firm is actually a single business organization, meaning a single seller producing or selling goods or services. It is basically a one business unit. So guys, remember one producer equals to one firm. Okay. Now, one liner definitions. Second point, what is industry? Friends, industry means it is a group of firms. Now, dealing in the same or similar type of goods or services. In other words, industry is nothing but it is a group of all sellers producing same or similar goods. Example, now example will going to be all car manufacturers together form a automobile industry. All textile firms forms a textile industry. Okay, but industry is a broader term of a firm. Fine. So now let's understand the third part, concept of total revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue. Now, guys, these are the three important revenues. First is total revenue. On this, some formulas are there in this. Now, various calculations comes up in MCQs. So focus on the formulas. Total revenue. It is the total amount received by the firm by selling all the outputs. Formula will going to be total revenue is equal to P into Q or total revenue is equal to AR into Q. Guys, total revenue rises as the output rises. For example, if I tell you I'm a pen seller, let's say I'm selling one pen at rupees 10. It's a price per pen. And if I tell you today I've sold total 500 pens quantity. So how much total I have got the how much total collection I have earned today? So total collection will going to be 5,000. That means P into Q, price into quantity. Okay. So formula will be P into Q. Next term comes average revenue. Guys, it is the revenue earned per unit of output. Basically, it is a selling price per unit. It is calculated as the formula is AR is equal to total revenue divided by quantity. For example, if I tell you, for example, I've sold today 500 pen and I have got a total collection of 5,000. So can you tell me each pen sold at what price? So guys, what are you going to do? So the calculation will be 5,000 divided by 500 pen. So you will going to get again 10 rupees. So basically price and AR is actually one and the same. That's why AR is also represent the price line. In layman term, we call it price per unit. In economics, we call it average revenue. Okay. Now, so AR is what? AR is actually a price per unit. Fine. Let's come to the third revenue, marginal revenue. Guys, it is the additional revenue earned by selling one more unit of output. Means it is an extra revenue earned by selling extra output. The formula to calculate marginal revenue is change in total revenue divided by change in quantity. Or I can say TRN minus TRN minus 1. That is just to take the difference between total revenue. Okay. Basically, it tells us, marginal revenue tells us how much extra income the firm have earned by selling one additional unit. By selling one additional unit. It indicates the performance of the company. Oh, so guys, remember MR, AR, and TR calculations are very important. Okay, now the question arises, sir, how the curve, what is the shape of the curve of total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue is? Friends, please hope you have studied a production function, short run production function, that three stages. The production curves are same as revenue curves. Okay, yes. So diagrammatically, all revenue curves are same as short run production function. How come? Let's revise. You know, in short run production function, the diagram, the law of is explained in a three stages. Stage 1 is called law of increasing returns. Stage 2 is called law of diminishing returns. And stage 3 is called law of negative returns. Yes, hope you remember. If you don't remember, refer it. Now, initially, in the first stage, total production increases at an increasing rate. In the second stage, it becomes maximum. And in third stage, TP falls. Yes. Now, average production. Average production initially increases, reach to the maximum point, and then decreases. Average production. Marginal production. Marginal production in the first stage increases. It cuts to the average production at a maximum point. In the second stage, MP becomes 0. And in the third stage, MP becomes negative. Hope you remember. So this total production curve is nothing but it's a total revenue. Average production is nothing but it's a average revenue. Marginal production is nothing but it's marginal revenue. So TP production curves and average revenue curves are exactly one and the same. Oh, so in this out of these three stages, if you have studied that production chapter, give me one answer. In which stage a rational producer will going to produce? So guys, the conclusion was a rational producer will always going to produce in the second stage. Now, in the first stage and third stage are called economic nonsense stage. This topic you have studied in the production function. So guys, basically this revenue curves, this entire chapter we will going to study in the second stage only. Is it? Yes. So see here, I'm just removing the first stage. So if you're going to remove the first stage, you're going to find the revenue curve is basically a downward sloping curve. And hence, economists state that AR curve is also a demand curve also. Oh, remember, again, I'm repeating, AR curve also represent demand curve. That means AR curve is also known as demand curve and price line. Sir, we understood AR and price, but how come AR can be a demand curve? I'll try to convince you. Guys, on y-axis, we are basically taking price. Price is my AR only. And on x-axis, we are taking quantity output sold. Output sold is basically demand because on demand only you can sell the output. So as per the law of demand, on y-axis you are considering price and on demand, on x-axis you are considering quantity demand. So the downward sloping curve which you get is also a law of demand. So AR curve also represent demand curve. Oh, hope you got it. Yes, sir. Now, fourth point, understand. Fourth, in this topic, fourth point, we will going to understand the relationship between average revenue, total revenue, marginal revenue, and price elasticity. Basically, AR and demand is one and the same. So price elasticity, yes, that's why I told you this topic is the most important topic and technical topic. And this will going to become our base for the further units, further parts. Okay. Now, so listen, this diagram I have directly taken from second stage. Okay, see to it. AR and MR are downward sloping, right? And AR is a demand curve also and price line also. MR is basically going down and becoming negative. So green shade is actually a third stage and blue shade is actually basically a second stage. Third stage I cannot avoid because basically rational producer will produce in the second stage only. But we are taking second stage and third stage. And in the below diagram, we have taken total revenue. Now see to it. First understand total revenue. Acha, AR is also called demand curve. Again, I'm repeating. First understand total revenue and marginal revenue relationship. This is the same relationship what you studied in production function TP and average production. Sorry, marginal production. Guys, when total production increases, see the blue shade. Total production is increasing. My marginal revenue, total revenue is increasing. Total production, total revenue is same. My marginal production revenue is positive. Blue shade. So when total production increases, TR increases, MR is positive. Now orange shade is this line. See, TR is maximum, then MR is zero. Are you basically getting from the diagram? So this is my orange shade. When TR become maximum, MR becomes zero. Okay. Green shade. When TR falls, MR is basically negative. So when TR is falling, MR is negative. Hope you got this relationship? Yes. Now let's understand the relationship between marginal revenue and elasticity of demand. Basically, elasticity of demand is average revenue because average revenue is also indicating demand curve. So let's first I just remind you, in elasticity of demand, you have studied one method, that is point elasticity. Point elasticity. Now, this AR curve is also demand curve. As per the point elasticity theory, the middle point of the demand curve represent unitary elastic, right? So when demand is unitary elastic, see MR is zero. Oh, now in the blue shade above, the area above unitary elastic indicates relatively elastic demand. EP is greater than 1. So when demand is relatively elastic, MR is positive in a blue shade. And below unitary elastic, the green shade, the as per point elasticity, the area is relatively inelastic. So the green shade area indicates area below unitary elastic. It indicates relatively inelastic demand. That means at that time MR is negative. So the relationship derived is when MR is positive, elasticity is EP is equal to greater than 1. That indicates relatively elastic. Okay. When MR is 0, demand is unitary elastic. That is EP is equal to greater than equal to 1. When marginal revenue is negative, it indicates demand is relatively inelastic, that is EP is less than 1. Hope you got it. Yes, sir. Now, fifth point. Fifth point is golden rules to run the business in all types of market. Guys, again, one more most important topic and the technical topic. Friends, economists have made two golden rules for all the businessmen. These golden rules are applicable to all the types of market, whether it's a perfect competition market, whether it's monopoly, whether it's monopolistic competition. As per economist, all businessmen who are doing the business, who are running the business, they have to follow, they have to satisfy these two conditions. It is called golden rules. If they are not able to satisfy these golden rules, they should shut down the business. Okay. So first golden rule, let's go one by one. The first golden rule is a firm should shut down temporarily if its total variable cost is not recovered. Means in a short run, you have studied the cost theory. In short run, there are two types of cost, fixed cost as well as variable cost. Economist says now a producer should sell the goods and recover so much money that variable cost should be get recovered. If any businessman is not able to recover its variable cost, then he should shut down his business temporarily. Why? Because if he is not able to recover the variable cost, then its losses will start increasing in the business. So it's better to stop the production and bear minimum loss, which is equal to fixed cost. So again, one more MCQ. When in the exam asked, what do you mean by minimum loss? The minimum loss is always equal to fixed cost. Okay. So remember, don't shut down. Conclusion of the golden rule 1. Remember guys, don't shut down if variable cost is recovered. But if you can't shut if you can't able to if you can't recover the variable cost, you should shut down the business. Okay, yes sir, understood. Second golden rule is, guys, a firm should produce at that level of output where MC is equal to MR, marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, and marginal cost should cut MR from below. What is this, sir? Guys, producer, the second golden rule indicate how much quantity a producer should produce. So economics says producer should produce only that much quantity where marginal revenue should always be equal to marginal cost. And hence this point is also called equilibrium point because both are getting equal. Sir, but why at this point only producer should produce conduct the production? Because friends, this is the point where either business will make a maximum profit or he will going to suffer. If he's going to make a loss, the loss will going to be bare minimum. So this is the only objective of the business. Now, what is the objective, main objective of the business? If he want to make a profit, he should make maximum profit. And if there is a loss, he should minimize the loss. Am I correct? Yes. So at this point, remember, profit will be maximum or loss will be minimum. So what if MR is equal to MC? Acha, MR is equal to MC as well as MC should cut MR from below. This you can check it from the diagram. See here, this is MC is equal to MR. Blue line is MC. It is rising, and it is cutting to MR from below, right? Yes. So this point is called equilibrium. When MC is equal to MR, your profit is maximum. See to it, orange line. Now, when MR is beyond, before that, MR is greater than MC. That means resources are underutilized. So when MR is greater than MC, resources are underutilized, your profit is increasing. But profit is not maximum. The objective of the business is not to enjoy minimum profit. Now, it is to enjoy maximum profit. So the blue shade indicates underutilization. Underutilization means MR is greater than MC. So businessmen should increase the production and reach to the optimum. Okay, but at optimum point, producer should stop the production. Why? Because if we continue the production beyond optimum, your profit will start falling due to overutilization of resources. So green shade indicates overutilization, and overutilization means your cost is greater than revenue. That means your profits are reducing when your cost, marginal cost is greater than revenue. Okay, so here are the three relationship you have to understand. Three situations. MR is greater than MC, indicates underutilization, blue shade of the diagram. Now, so underutilization, what action should be taken by businessmen? This type of question also has been asked in the exam. In the exam, they can ask you, what if MR is greater than MC? Then what businessmen should do? So you should understand MR is greater than MC means underutilization. Now, businessmen should expand the production and reach to the optimum point and enjoy maximum profit. Oh, now at optimum point, MR will become equal to MC. It indicates he have reached to the optimum utilization. Then firm should stop the production. If he don't stop the production at optimum, he will enter into the overutilization. Okay. Now, if MR is less than MC, that means marginal cost is greater than MR. When cost is greater than revenue, that means it indicates overutilization and your profits are falling. So what businessman should do? He should reduce the output and reach to come back, reverse gear and come to the optimum point. Oh, so these are the 5 points, friends, which is very important and maximum questions MCQs has been asked from this. So let's recap fast. Let's summarize everything very quickly. So first point, firm. Firm means single seller, right? Industry. Industry means group of firms. Revenue. Total revenue. Total revenue formula is P into Q. Average revenue formula is average revenue, total revenue divided by quantity. AR also plays a role of price and it is also plays a role of demand. Marginal revenue formula is change in total revenue divided by change in quantity. Fourth point, relationship. Guys, when MR is positive, demand is relatively elastic. When MR is zero, now demand is unitary elastic. When MR is negative, demand is now relatively inelastic. Golden rules. Producers should produce only up to that point where MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. Second golden rule, producer should take care that its variable cost should be get recovered. If he is not able to recover its variable cost, he should shut down his business temporarily. Okay, and the relationships. So hope you understood this topic, right? Let's start with one of the most interesting topic, that is types of market and their features. That is part B. In this topic will build your foundation for understanding how different market works and how firm behave with each one. Oh, so let's go. The first part is features of market. Friends, different market have different features depend on their nature. We will study three market types: perfect competition, monopoly, and monopolistic competition, which is also called imperfect competition. Let's break them down by one. So the first part is perfect competition. Total 7 to 8 points are their features. First is free entry and exit. Friends, it indicates in perfect competition there is no legal and no market barriers. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry businessman can start the business, and whenever they want, they can shut down their businesses. That is called free entry and exit. Second feature of perfect competition is large number of sellers. Guys, in this market, so many sellers are there that not a single one can influence the market price. Not a single one can influence the market price because the market shares are too small. They are doing a business at a very small level because of infinitely large number of sellers. Okay, but the interesting part is all the sellers are dealing in homogeneous goods or identical products. That means goods are perfect substitute to each other. What do you mean perfect substitute, guys? That means the goods are of same color, same size, same quality, same quantity. Means buyer does not find any difference the goods between majority of the sellers. So buyer have no preferences. No buyer preference. Buyer don't care from whom they are actually purchasing the goods. So no preferences. Friends, the best example of perfect competition is agricultural products. Agriculture sector always indicates perfect competition. Okay. So friends, now we have to understand the cross elasticity. Hope you remember the cross elasticity. There are three types of cross elasticity. Positive cross elasticity are for substitute goods, negative cross elasticity is for complementary goods, and zero cross elasticity is for unrelated goods. Hope you remember from the elasticity of demand chapter. So in perfect competition, the goods are actually perfect substitute to each other. So what will be the cross elasticity for the in the perfect competition? It will be very large and positive. It will be infinity. Okay, because buyer does not have any kind of preferences. The fourth and the main feature is in this market, all the firms, all the sellers are actually a price takers. Means they have no control over the price. So basically, who fixed the price? Guys, in this market, industry set the equilibrium price. Hence, it is called that industry is a price maker and firms are the price takers. And firm industry always fix equilibrium price where demand equals to supply. So once the price fixed by industry, all firm once the industry fix the price, that price has to be accepted by all the firms. It is called firms have no control over the prices. Okay. Fifth feature. Guys, now the question arises, will the perfect competitors, firms in the perfect competition market, spend money on advertisements? So, friend, the answer is in this market, no seller spend on advertisements because they have no control over the price. So, advertisement increases unnecessary cost. So, when there is no control over the price, so always firms in this market have intention to reduce the cost and enjoy the profit. So, in this market, no advertisement and no selling expenditure will going to take place. Is in this market there is a monopoly power? Completely absence of monopoly power. It's a comparison statement. Now firm does not have any control over the markets because the market size which they are enjoying is too small. So basically in perfect competition everyone is equal and no one is special. This you can say that. Okay. And there are two more assumptions which is considered as features. Now, one is perfect knowledge about the market. Economist says in this market you have to assume that all buyers and sellers have all the informations. No one can misguide to each other, which is not practically possible. And sellers have perfectly mobility of resources. Seller enjoy perfectly mobility of resources. That's why we call there is a free exit. If any seller in this market are not happy with the prices or they are suffering losses, they can shift from one industry to the another industry very easily. That's why it's called perfect mobility of the resources. So these are the 8 features in perfect competition. Now let's move to the next part, that is monopoly. Monopoly. Friends, the word mono means single and poly means seller. It is a single seller market. Means only one producer or one seller in the entire market. Right? That's why it's called single seller. He enjoy the whole market share. He's the king of the entire market. Or I can say there is no difference between firm and the industry. Firm means single seller, industry means group of firms, means monopolist is a single seller, and in the group he's alone. Okay. Right? Yes. Guys, there is a strong barrier to the entry. That means entry is blocked in this market due to legal, institutional or technical reasons. Government don't allow any other seller to do the business in this particular industry. And because there is a strong barrier, that's why there is a single seller. If there would be a free entry like perfect competition, there would be a large number of sellers. Oh. Friends, monopolist always sell the goods in which he deals is unique product or services. Means the goods have no close substitute. The goods which he sell is always a very unique. No other seller can produce such kind of goods. So what if any other seller would have produced? No, government will not going to allow. If any other seller can produce the same type of goods, monopoly will not be prevailing, right? So that's why there is a strong barrier. Okay, unique product. Because they are dealing with unique product, the close this product does not have any close substitute, hence the cross elasticity will be zero, means the goods are unrelated. Okay. Now, fourth feature, the question arises, are monopolists price makers or takers? Guys, perfect competitors are the price takers, but monopolists are the price makers. The monopolists decide the price, they have a full control over the price because they have the market power. Whenever they feel they can increase the prices, even they can double the prices, and whenever they feel they can reduce the prices. You know what do you mean by market power? Market power means they have a complete control over the supply. Okay, so there is a complete control over the supply. So the best examples of monopoly is railway, nuclear power, etc. But you know what? Practically, monopoly is not there in the market in any of the country. Whatever monopoly example you are using, it is under government control. Yes. Fifth feature. Will monopolist going to spend money on advertisement? Answer is no, because he's not facing any kind of competition. So unnecessarily, why he's going to increase the cost by increasing advertisement? So no advertisement cost in the markets. Okay, he enjoy full monopoly power. That's the market itself name is monopoly. There is a high degree of monopoly. So these are the 6 points of monopoly features. Now, hope you got it. Yes, the next market is monopolistic competition. Friends, monopolistic competition is actually a practical market in which we are surviving. Monopolistic competition is a combination of perfect competition and monopoly. The word monopolistic has been derived from the word monopoly, and the competition has been the word taken from perfect competition. So it is very easy to understand these features because many features are copied from perfect competition as well as monopoly. The first two features of monopolistic competition is actually taken from perfect competition, or I can say derived. So see to it, it is a market where there is a free entry and exit. Firm can easily, that means firm can easily enter into the market and leave the market whenever they want. Okay, and because there is a free entry, so the second feature is there are large number of sellers. But friends, in perfect competition also, if you're going to do the comparison, there is a large number of sellers, right? But guys, in monopolistic competition, we are using the word large, but in monopolistic competition, the number of sellers are slightly fewer than the perfect competition. So they enjoy small market share, but companies bit larger than the perfect competition. Okay. Next is product differentiation. Next feature. This is something unique feature which make this market something different from the monopoly and perfect competition. Now, in this market, the goods which we are dealing with, sellers are dealing in heterogeneous goods. Means each firm sell a product that is similar but slightly different based on design, quality, color, packing and brands. Means I can say that goods are close substitute to each other. See, in perfect competition, I've used the word perfect substitute. Okay, see the comparison. But in monopolistic competition, goods are close substitute. Okay, so what do you mean by close substitute? Close substitute means buyer have a choice, but they have their own preferences and they also show brand loyalty. There is a brand loyalty. In perfect competition, there is no preferences, no choices, right? But in monopolistic competition, there is a choices. Now, so what will be the cross elasticity? Because the goods are close substitute, as per cross elasticity theory, substitute goods always have positive cross elasticity. Yes. Fourth, guys, like monopoly, perfect monopolistic competitors are also price maker. This feature has been taken from the monopoly. S- right? But each firm have control its price, means they can decide their own prices, but within the limit. They does not have unlimited control like monopoly. They have a limit control based on their brand loyalty. Okay. So the best example. So they have less control over the prices and monopolists have complete control over the prices. Perfect competitors have no control over the prices. Hope you understood the comparison. So the best examples of monopolistic competition is shampoo, bikes, car, hair oils, etc. Right? Hope you got it. Yes, sir. Guys, fifth feature. Will they going to spend money on advertisement? Yes. Because here brand loyalty come into the picture. Am I correct? Guys, in this market, seller we're going to spend a huge money on advertisements. Barabar, that's why it is called here it is non-price competition. Because here brand loyalty plays a very big role. Right? People trust their favorite is. Okay. Now, is there a monopoly power? Yes, there is a some degree of monopoly power. So comparison in perfect competition there is a no monopoly power. Monopoly may in monopoly there is a high degree of monopoly power, but in monopolistic competition some degree of monopoly power. That's why I told you it's a hybrid of monopoly and perfect competition. The best examples are in India is in butter industry Amul is enjoying monopoly, but I cannot say Amul company is a monopolist because there are many sellers. He's facing competition also. The best example, second example is in a chocolate industry, Cadbury. Cadbury is enjoying some degree of monopoly power, not the entire, because he's not the single seller. There are many other sellers selling the chocolates. Okay, so hope you understood the features. So guys, let's do the comparison fast. Guys, monopoly power, if I'm talking about, in perfect competition, none. In monopoly, there is a high degree. In monopolistic competition, there is a some degree. Right? Guys. If I talk about market knowledge, so there is a perfect knowledge. In monopoly, there is a limited knowledge. And in monopolistic competition, there is a perfect partial knowledge about the market. If we talk about advertisement, in perfect competition, none. In monopoly, none. But in monopolistic competition, very huge advertisement expenditure will be done. Right? Yes, sir. We understood. So, guys, do the comparison and easily you will be able to remember. This is the unique feature of this book. After this, let's get into the second part, last point in a comparison manner, revenue curves. Now I can say this is the again a one more feature. Let's understand the nature of revenue curve in perfect competition, monopoly and monopolistic competition. By comparison, you will be able to understand easily. Friends, in this, the major difference is perfect competitor is a price takers. In this, industry is a price maker. He decide the equilibrium price and firm have to accept that prices. So basically firm is a price taker. So when the firms are the price taker, how their revenue curve will be. So we will going to take the reference and the formulas from the part A revenue analysis. Monopolist is a price maker. Am I correct? And monopolistic competitor is also price maker because price is himself is a revenue, right? So let's directly understand the diagrams of the revenue curves. The major point is average revenue and marginal revenue. In the further explanations, we will going to analyze the average revenue and marginal revenue. Okay, so let's simply understand there are four MCQs. If you're going to do that, let's understand first perfect competition. In perfect competition, by this a revenue table, okay, we have derived AR and MR. Ignore the total revenue, doesn't matter. Now, average revenue and marginal revenue, we got a horizontal straight line, and in perfect competition, AR is equal to MR. Okay, so there are four MCQs we have derived from this diagram. Now, observation, in perfect competition, MR will be always equal to AR. See here, my AR is 33333 and my MR is also 33333. Okay, how we have derived this table? For example, industry have fixed the price 3 rupees. So all the firm have to sell their products at 3 rupees only. So total revenue formula is price into quantity. Average revenue will be derived total revenue divided by quantity. Marginal revenue can be derived by the formula change in total revenue by change in quantity. Okay, let's focus directly on the diagram. 4 MCQs. In perfect competition, AR will always remain equal to MR. This is the main concept. So when I say MR is always equal to AR, and in the previous part revenue analysis I told you AR is also price also and demand also. So basically here everything is equal. Price, I can say price is equal to MR, price AR is equal to MR, demand curve is equal to MR. Oh, now, so how the revenue curve? Second point is revenue curve is a horizontal line in perfect competition. Because price remains constant. Hence, I can say price and demand have no relationship, right? So third point is because this revenue curve is also my demand curve. So let's refer perfect competition, sorry, price elasticity theory. Guys, when demand curve is horizontal straight line, so as per price elasticity of demand, demand will be perfectly elastic. Am I correct? So we can say that in perfect competition, in perfect competition market, demand is always perfectly elastic. That is EP is equal to infinity because demand curve is also horizontal. Oh, so C point has been derived from the has been linked with the elasticity of demand. Guys, what will be the formula for profit maximization? This point we have taken from the golden rules of part A. As per golden rule, producer should produce only that much quantity where MC is equal to MR. Am I correct? Because at this point, either businessmen make maximum profit or they suffer minimum loss. But we always use a positive statement. It is called profit maximization point. So the universal formula is producer will enjoy maximum profit where MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. Am I correct? Yes, sir. But I can say the formula MC is equal to AR is also a maximum profit formula. How come? Because guys, MR and AR is equal. I can also say MC is equal to price will also do. So the formula is MC is equal to MR or MC is equal to AR or MC is equal to price or MC is equal to demand. All the formulas can be equal, are correct. Okay, hope you understood this all the four MCQs. Let's understand now the revenue curve of monopoly and monopolistic competition. Friends, by comparison, you will be understanding better. Monopolist and monopolistic competitors are the price makers, and perfect competitor was the price taker. So when the sellers are price taker, they always have revenue curve horizontal straight line. But when sellers are the price maker, they always have a downward sloping revenue curve. So see their AR curve, blue line is downward sloping in monopoly also and in monopolistic competition also. The diagrams are exactly same. Just the difference is in monopolistic competition, the revenue curve is a flatter comparatively, and in monopoly, the curve is steeper. The revenue curve is steeper. Otherwise, the shape is exactly same. So the MCQs, the points are common in both the markets because both are the price makers. And marginal revenue curve is downward sloping, which is below than AR and becoming negative. Negative indicates third stage. We will never going to produce in the third stage, but it will be there in the diagram. Okay, so let's do the comparison. Guys, if you're going to compare the diagrams, both the diagram, perfect competition and monopoly, you will going to see two differences. First, in a perfect competition, there is a single line and it plays a role both AR and MR, but it is horizontal. In monopoly, the curve is downward sloping and there are two lines because MR is not equal to AR. In monopoly, MR is lesser than AR. Okay, and you know, AR demand and price plays equal role. Yes, sir. So let's understand the three MCQs. I'm going to compare it with the perfect competition. In perfect competition, I told you, in perfect competition, MR is always equal to AR. But in monopoly and monopolistic competition, MR is always less than AR. That's why you can see the two lines, two separate curves. In perfect competition, single because both AR and MR curve are coincide with each other. Okay. If you're going to see the diagram, in perfect competition, revenue curve is a horizontal straight line, but in monopoly, the revenue curve is downward sloping. Am I correct? It indicates price and quantity have inverse relationship. So monopolist and monopolistic competitor in price maker market always revenue curve is downward sloping. Why you know? Because if they have inverse relationship, it indicates if they want to sell more quantity, then they have to reduce the prices. But if you want to sell fewer quantity, they can sell at a higher prices. Okay. Now, third point, demand curve is a downward sloping. So friends, if you can see the AR curve is my demand curve also, but in monopoly, demand curve is steeper. So if you're going to refer the price elasticity theory, when demand curve are steeper, it indicates relatively inelastic demand. So the conclusion is in monopoly market, demand always is relatively inelastic. In perfect competition, demand is perfectly elastic. In monopoly, demand is always relatively inelastic. That is EP is equal to less than 1. And in monopolistic competition, demand curve is flatter. So it indicates in monopolistic market, demand is always relatively elastic. That is EP is equal to greater than 1. Oh, so by comparing, the theory will become more easier. So D point, what will be the formula for profit maximization? Guys, the universal formula for profit maximization is MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below, irrespective whether it's a perfect competition. But the difference between the comparison is in monopoly and monopolistic competition, maximum profit will be MC is equal to MR only. But in perfect competition, MC is equal to MR. You can say MC is equal to AR also, and you can say MC is equal to price also because MR, AR, and price are equal. But in monopoly, AR is not equal to MR. Hence, in monopoly, MC is equal to MR only. Okay. Yes, sir. So, but in diagram, can you show equilibrium? Yes. Please see to it. See, this green curve is my MC curve, and this red line, horizontal line, is my MR. It is cutting over here. So, this is my equilibrium point. It cuts from below. In monopoly also, the red line is my MR curve. So, this is my MC curve. It cuts over here. Are you getting my point? So a rational producer will produce only this much quantity because at this quantity they will enjoy maximum profit. Similarly over here, MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. Hope you understood. So by this we have completed the revenue analysis also. Guys, got it? Huh? Yes? Yes. And that's it for this chapter, students. Short, sharp, and clear. Exactly how revision should be. Okay, keep revising regularly and you'll be master the market forms in no time. Compare it. By comparison, you will be able to remember better. This is what the uniqueness of this topic. notes. Let's start with a more scoring and concept based topic, that is short run and long run analysis under different market competition. Friends, in this chapter, or I can say this chapter help you to understand how firm earns profit or face losses in a different markets, that is perfect competition, monopoly and monopolistic competition, and we will going to do the comparison also. So first, let's start with the short run. Later on, we'll start with the long run. Guys, before I get into the topics, eh, first one disclaimer. This topic is a diagram based topic, and to understand this diagram in a more better manner, you should remember two concepts. That is revenue curve and cost curves. Oh, yes, because the purpose of this topic to make you understand, as I told you, the performance, how firms earn profits or how firms suffer losses in a different situations. So guys, it's very simple. Profit or loss. What is the formula of profit and losses? It is nothing but it's a sale price is more than cost price, we get profit, or if cost price is more than sale price, we suffer loss, right? So I can say that now profit and loss is nothing but it is a gap or a difference between sale price and cost price. But in economics, we never use word sale price. We will going to use word average revenue, and we will never going to use word cost price. We will going to use word average total cost. Oh, yes. So you should remember the shape of the two curves, that is revenue and cost. Okay, so let's recap it fast. Average revenue curve you have already studied in the last topic. Now, in perfect competition, average revenue curve is a horizontal straight line and parallel to x-axis. Whereas in monopoly and monopolistic competition, the revenue curves are downward sloping. Am I correct? Yes, sir. Now, second, average cost. You should remember the cost curves. Now, in the short run average cost curve, you can refer that theory. Now, average total cost, average variable cost, and marginal cost. See to it. Now, the green line is marginal cost. ATC and AVC is in U shape, right? I'm using the fixed colors. Blue color is my variable cost, red color is my average total cost, and marginal cost. In short run, there is a fixed cost also, but we are not drawing fixed cost curve because of an obvious reason, that even though we don't draw a fixed cost curve, now the gap between ATC and AVC is actually a AFC. Okay, fine. So when you're going to merge revenue curve and cost curves, both the difference between revenue curve, that is ATC, and average revenue will be indicating the profits and losses. So hope you got the basic how this diagrams has been made. Okay, so finally let's start with the first topic, short run perfect competition. Oh, yes. Friends, as per economics theory, in short run, a firm under perfect competition can face the three possible situations. That is super profit, it is also called economic profit, normal profit, it is also known as zero economic profit, and loss. Of course, practically also businessmen can suffer losses or businessmen can enjoy profit. Let's go through one by one all the important points. Let's start with super profit first. Now, super profit means when the average revenue is more, or I can say average curve lies above the average total cost curve, the firms earn super profit. Means the formula is very simple. In super profit, average revenue is greater than average total cost. Means my sale price is more than cost price. It's a normal formula. Am I correct? Yes. Diagrammatically, if you're going to see how the diagram is, see average total cost. When I say my average revenue is greater, so my average red curve, average total cost, and my average revenue curve is a horizontal straight line. And you remember in perfect competition, AR and MR is equal. That's why it's a single line. So my AR curve is actually above my ATC. ATC curve is below. Okay, so see the second point. In case of super profit, AR curve is always above to the ATC curve. These are the two important MCQs, and we'll go to see the super profit. Okay, now let Okay. Super profit also means total revenue exceeds total cost. That means extra profit earned by the firm, right? We can take one example also. Imagine your business cost is 10,000. Your average total cost is 10,000 and you have earned average revenue by selling the goods 15,000. So that 5,000 extra profit which you have earned is actually your super profit. Oh, hope you understood. Yes, sir. Let's come to the normal profit. The second situation. Now, what do you mean by normal profit? Normal profit means when AR curve touches to ATC curve, it indicates normal profit. Means in normal profit, the formula of normal profit is AR is equal to ATC. Means my sale price and cost price is actually equal. Okay, and diagrammatically, if you're going to see now, my AR curve is exactly tangent to my ATC curve, or I can say my AR curve touches to ATC curve. So this is my second MCQ. They can ask you in the exam, in case of normal profit, AR is tangent to ATC. You know what does this indicates? Guys, this formula indicates there is no profit or loss. Is not, there is no profit to the firm, as well as they are not suffering any kind of losses. They have just recovered the total cost. Am I correct? But now the doubt will arise, if sir, if they have just recovered the total cost, there is no profit and loss, how come businessmen can use the word normal profit? It should be a break even. Am I correct? Now, guys, what economist says, in a books of accounts you might be seeing a no profit no loss when average revenue is equal to total cost. But in practical life, businessmen, even though their books of accounts are showing no profit no loss, in practical life they are earning a minimum profit in the form of implicit cost. You have studied the types of cost, guys. Am I correct? Oh, yes. Friends, this is the fact. In a practical life, even though there is a no profit, no loss, but they never, businessmen are very smart. They never sacrifice their minimum profit. They are enjoying minimum profit in the form of implicit cost. That means they have included their normal profit in total cost, due to which total cost has increased, and that too it is recovered. That means they have earned a normal profit. So what is my implicit cost? They have earned profit in the form of interest on capital, salary to partner. That is the thing. So hope you understood normal profit. Yes, sir. Now let's come to the third case, that is a loss. Friends, loss occurs in the business when your average total cost is greater than average revenue, or I can say average revenue is less than average total cost. Friends, this loss can be shown in the diagram. Now, please see to it. Mm, The blue shade, the yellow shaded box is actually a loss. How it indicates the loss? See to it. My average revenue curve is less than, which means my average revenue curve is actually below my ATC curve. So my ATC curve is above and my AR curve is down. But you can see one more thing. My AR curve is lesser than ATC. That is a fact. But AR curve is tangent to my average variable cost. Means, guys, my variable cost is actually recovered, right? Loss is there, no doubt about it. But in case of loss diagram base, if they ask you the MCQ, please mug it up. In case of loss, my average revenue is actually tangent to variable cost. That means my variable cost is actually recovered. Just variable cost is recovered. Friends, we are in the short run, and you know the definition of the short run. In short run, we have fixed cost also and variable cost also. So my total cost is actually fixed cost plus variable cost. In case of loss, when my AR curve is actually tangent to AVC, that means my only variable cost is recovered. The cost which I am not able to recover is called fixed cost. So that fixed cost is actually my loss. Oh, so here the loss is equal to average fixed cost, which is minimum loss. And friends, one more thing, you have studied the golden rules in the last topic. As per economist, now variable cost should be get recovered, otherwise you should shut down the business. Am I correct? Hello? Right. Guys, in this diagram, it indicating that variable cost is exactly recovered. That means firm will going to continue its business in the short run. Yes, but oppositely, if you're going to see now, if for example, the variable cost, if my AR would not have tangent to the AVC, right? Now, then it indicates that my variable cost would not be recovered, the firm would be shut down. Thank God it does not reaches to the shutdown point. Oh, right? Yes, but this diagram is also called shutdown point because in this loss diagram, a businessman is operating on the edge. Seriously, if a slightly my AR would reduced, I would have shut down the business. So in the exam, if they ask you, in case of loss, AR is tangent to dash cost, it's AVC. Even if they ask you in case of shutdown, AR is tangent to dash cost, it's AVC. So hope you understood all these points. Yes, one last note is there. Friends, in perfect competition, resources are always optimally utilized. Friends, in perfect competition, economics says monopolists, sorry, perfect competitors always optimally utilize the resources. And you know what is optimum point? Optimum point is a point where MC cuts ATC. It's a theory of the cost. And you know what? On that point only we are producing the output, means all the resources are optimally utilized, they are producing at a minimum possible cost, means there is no wastages of resources, right? Yes sir, guys, perfect competitor always optimally utilize the resources to reduce the cost so that they can enjoy a proper profit. So this was the theory of short run perfect competition. Now, if you're going to compare, you just have to remember two things in these diagrams. All diagrams are same, just there is a difference of tangency. In case of loss, AR is actually tangent to AVC. In case of normal profit, AR is tangent to ATC. And in case of supernormal profit, AR is above ATC. Hope you understood. Okay, so now once you understood the perfect competition, friends, all these points are exactly same in monopoly as well as monopolistic competition. That's why you know the beauty of these notes is that my notes are comparable, and when you study everything in comparison, you people are actually studying very smartly and efficiently, and all the concepts will be memorized. So, how come you can say that all the MCQs and logics of perfect competition, monopoly, and monopolistics are same, even though the markets are different? Because, guys, market are different due to their nature and features. But the formulas of profit and losses, the fundamentals of profit and losses are same for all the markets. Whether you're into the diamond market, whether you're into the shoes market, profit and loss formulas remain same. That's why fundamentally all the diagrams are same. Oh, so let's now come to the next topic, short run monopoly. Friends, monopoly firm also in the short run face three situations. Okay, means I can say there are three outcomes. Like perfect competition, even monopoly in the short run can enjoy super profit, that is also called economic profit, or they can enjoy normal profit, that is zero economic profit, or there can be a losses. And the formulas are one and the same, and all the three diagrams are also same. Sir, but we are seeing some different diagrams. No, 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 no. Listen to me. Fundamentally, diagrams are same. Yes. Now, look wise, the diagrams, shape of the diagrams are something different. You know what? Now, the difference in the shape is just because of revenue curves. In perfect competition, my AR, in perfect competition, revenue curve was a horizontal straight line. In monopoly, revenue curves are downward sloping. So these curves are downward sloping. And one more difference is there. In perfect competition, MR is equal to AR. So there is a single line because both the curves has been coincide. But in monopoly, MR is lesser than AR. So you find two revenue curves. MR is always below the AR and touching to the x-axis and crossing the x-axis. Okay. But you know the logic remains same. Now, let's start with super profit. Again, see to it. Super profit means AR is greater than ATC. Same as perfect competition. Normal profit, AR is equal to ATC. It means no profit, no loss. But in normal profit, businessmen enjoying profit in the form of implicit cost. See, this entire content is copied and pasted from the perfect competition. Again, I am saying because funda never changes. In case of loss, ATC is greater than AR. In perfect competition, it was same. Second, you know what? Diagram wise, if they ask you, In perfect competition, in loss, AR was tangent to AVC. Here also you can check it out. AR is actually tangent to the blue curve, that is AVC. Compare it, you will going to come to know. Oh, so same. And this loss diagram is also called shutdown point. In case of normal profit, AR is tangent to dash. AR is tangent to ATC. See here, my AR is actually tangent to red curve. In perfect competition also it was same. Just in perfect competition it was horizontal and it is downward sloping. In super profit, AR curve is above ATC. So see to it, AR is actually above ATC. Oh, so concepts are one and the same, but one thing, something different, guys. In a monopoly market, if you're going to check the note, in a monopoly market, excess capacity always there. Barabar? Yes, guys, each and every monopolist have excess capacity as they underutilize their resources. Oh, why they underutilize the resources? And it can be indicated from the diagram also. See to it. Come to the normal profit diagram. Guys, economist says monopolists never produce at an optimum capacity. They always underutilize the resources. Now, they always keep a excess capacity. See to it. First, you understand from the diagram where is the optimum. See, optimum point as per the theory is where MC cuts ATC. This is my optimum. So this is my optimum point, but producer is producing quantity in my diagram over here prior to optimum. Means he is never touching here, he is never reaching to the optimum. That means monopolists always underutilize the resources, and the gap between optimum and the blue line, this green, is called excess capacity. Why monopolists underutilize the resources? Because guys, they want to create a scarcity in the market so that they can increase the price and earn the profit. See, this is the only reason that business in the practical world, government never promote monopoly, because monopoly is not good for the development. They remain inefficient, they underutilize the resources, they always increase the prices by creating scarcity in the market. Oh, so in Monopoly, again, the same points. One point was something extra, that monopolies always underutilize the resources. So simple. Now come to the third market, that is monopolistic competition. Friends, in monopolistic competition, all the three diagrams here also, like monopoly, there are three situations. Super normal profit, in the short run, monopolistic competitor can enjoy super profit. Monopolistic competitors can enjoy normal profit, or they can suffer losses also. Oh, and you know what? The all the three diagrams are also same as monopoly. Why? Because guys, monopolist revenue curves actually, friends, fundamentally perfect competitors diagram. Now, monopoly diagrams and monopolistic competition diagrams, all the diagrams are actually same. Just the shape is changing because of revenue curve. Monopolistic competition is also price makers. Even they have a downward sloping curves. Oh, but you know what? All these MCQs are exactly same. In super profit, AR is greater than ATC. That means ATC is AR is above ATC. In normal profit, AR is equal to ATC. That means AR is tangent to ATC. And in normal profit, businessmen earn in the form of implicit cost. Copied and pasted. If you are smart enough, you know. In loss, ATC is greater than AR. That means in loss diagram, ATC is actually tangent to AVC curve. And note is also same, like monopoly. This is monopolistic competition. Like monopoly, in monopolistic competitors also underutilize the resources. Even they have excess capacity because even they are the price makers. Guys, if they will going to operate at optimum, na, the supply will increase, and to sell more goods they have to reduce the price. So monopolistic competitor says, why to reduce the price when I can enjoy more profit by increasing the prices? Oh, hope you understood all the three situations of monopolistic competition. Over here, short run is over. Let's recap it fast. Friends, just three MCQs and game is over. Total, there are five MCQs in short run, mixing of all the, all the markets. Let's understand. In case of loss, AR is tangent to AVC. In case of normal profit, AR is tangent to ATC. In case of super profit, AR is tangent to ATC. Right? Fourth MCQ. Now, in perfect competition, sellers always optimally utilize their resources. No wastages. Now, in monopoly, first three MCQs are exactly same. Just the fifth MCQ is monopoly. In monopoly, firm always underutilize their resources, excess capacity always present. Now, monopolistic competition, all MCQs are same as monopoly. Okay, so total 4 to 5 MCQs, that's all. Diagrams are also very easy. Hope you understood. Fine. After understanding the short run, let's get into the long run. Friends, long run is actually more easier than the short run. In fact, I can say long run has been derived from the short run. Right? Yes. What is the major difference between long run and short run? All diagrams are same, guys, because the funda of profit and loss never changes. Right? Formulas and all, everything is same. Now, the main difference between long run and short run is actually fixed cost. In short run, there is a fixed cost. In long run, there is no fixed cost. Means in long run, ATC is always equal to average variable cost. That's why first understand the diagram. If you're going to see the diagram of the cost, AR curve is a horizontal straight line only. Fundamentals are not about AR. See, now if you're going to see short-run diagrams, there is a gap between ATC and AVC because the gap between ATC and AVC is indicating fixed cost, average fixed cost. But in long run, fixed cost never present, right? All costs are variable in the long run. So there is no gap. If you're going to see my red line, average total cost, and my blue line, average variable cost coincide with each other. Oh, but this is the only difference. This is the only difference between the diagrams of short run and long run. Okay, so let's start with now. My first topic is long run perfect competition. Friends, as per economist, in long run, now there is only two situations possible in perfect competition. That is, economist says that in long run perfect competition, now sellers either can enjoy normal profit or they can suffer loss. Means they want to say in long run, sell perfect competition, sellers cannot enjoy super profits. Oh, but sir, in the short run it was possible. Yes, but in long run, super profits are not possible. In long run, producers in perfect competitive market cannot enjoy super normal profit. But so why? Yes, I'm going to explain you the reason. First, understand the diagrams. Let's get into the now. First, let's start from the loss. Friends, short run loss and long run loss diagrams are actually same and formulas are also same. See, in case of loss, ATC is greater than AR. So in short run also, loss means ATC is equal to AR. But you know what? There was one difference. In short run loss, AR was tangent to AVC. But in long run, AR cannot touch to the AVC because AVC and AC is one and the same because all costs are variable, right? So friends, the conclusion is if in the long run perfect competitors suffer losses, that means they are not able to recover variable cost also, because in long run all costs are variable. So you can see from the diagram, my ATC and AVC is above and my AR is below my ATC. So if variable cost is not recovered as per golden rule, now firm should shut down the business temporarily. So now the conclusion is if in the long run firm make losses, they will going to leave the industry and they will going to shut down their businesses because they are not able to recover the variable cost also. So hope you understood the loss. Now come to the normal profit. Friends, in normal profit, AR is always equal to AVC. But what economists trying to explain is in long run, sellers cannot enjoy supernormal profit. Why they cannot enjoy supernormal profit? Because of one reason, guys. Economist says due to free entry and exit. Oh, sir, how come you can say that? Guys, because some firms are earning super profit now. Now, the reason is very simple. So see, in long run, firm cannot enjoy supernormal profit. Why? Because of one reason, due to free entry and exit. How come, but sir? How come? See, what economists try to explain is, if in the long run, for example, assume that some ठीक है, firms are making excess profits. Barabar? So if in the long run, if some firm makes excess profit, so that industry will become more attractive. So new firms will enter into the industry to do the same business because every businessman want to do that business where they can enjoy super profits. So, right? And when new firms will enter into the industry because of free entry and exit, the supply will increase and the demand will remain same. So supply will exceed the market. Am I correct? And you know, in this perfect competition, firms are price taker. Who decide the price? Industry decide the price. And industry fix only that price which is equilibrium price. So when supply will increase, supply will become more than demand. You know the equilibrium concept. When supply will become more, the price will fall in the market. And due to fall in prices, industry will going to reduce the prices and firm have to accept that prices. And when due to reduction of the prices, profit will get wiped away and firm will continuously earning only and only normal profit. Oh, so this is the reason that in long run firm cannot enjoy super profit. They can either enjoy normal profit and or they can suffer losses. Only two situations are possible. Oh, ho, ho, ho. And friends, one more thing. In long run, perfect competition, because perfect competitor always optimally utilize the resources. So you know what's going to happen? Everything will become equal. That's why the formula is short run marginal cost is equal to long run marginal cost is equal to short run average cost is equal to long run average cost. Price, AR, MR, everything will become equal. So how it is represented? See, you can see this from the diagram also. Listen, 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 listen. Friends, you have studied long run cost curves, right? You know long run cost curve is nothing. LAC is nothing but it is a sum of all short run cost curves. Am I correct? But it, you know, when LAVC curve falls, it is tangent to the falling part of the short run cost curves. And when LAVC curve rises, it is tangent to the rising part of the cost curves. But at optimum point, there is some cost curves which is tangent to the minimum part. So this is the curve. So this black curve is my short run cost curve. Barabar? And this is my short run marginal cost curve. And at the same point, long run marginal cost curve also passing. And this is the minimum point of my LAVC also. So the conclusion is my LAC is equal to my SAC is equal to my LMC is equal to my SMC. And this is my equilibrium where MC is equal to MR and AR. So these also become equal. So in long run perfect competition, everything become equal. Oh, hope you understood. Perfect competition. Yes, sir. Long run after long run perfect competition. Let's start come to the long run monopoly. Friends, as per economist, in long run monopoly, now there is only one situation possible. That is, firm will enjoy only and only super normal profit, means no loss in the long run, no normal profit. But so why? Because friends, entry in the monopoly there is a restriction on the entry, right? So entry of the new firm is restricted, and the monopolist continue to earn supernormal profit in the long run because monopoly power. He enjoy monopoly power now, which ensure control over price as well as output. But this also means inefficiency and wastages of resources. Yes, guys. Now, listen, listen, listen. This also means, again, I'm repeating, inefficiency. Friends, why in the long run firm cannot enjoy, why firm is enjoying in the monopoly super profit? Because entries are blocked. In perfect competition, now they cannot enjoy super profit because of free entry and exit, right? But here, now, monopolist is a single hero of the entire market, right? So he will never going to settle for the normal profit. In long run, he will always going to enjoy super profit. So there is only one situation, super profit. That means AR is greater than AC. Okay. Now come to the long run monopolistic competition. Friends, all the MCQs in long run monopolistic competition is exactly copied and pasted from the perfect competition. Just the shape of the diagram is different, lest all the logics are same. Like perfect competition, monopolistic competition also cannot enjoy super profit in long run. They can either will enjoy normal profit or they will going to suffer the losses. Oh, but so Why? Because here also there is a free entry and exit. So conclusion is, in whatever when the market there is a free entry and exit. Now in long run sellers cannot enjoy super profit. So only two situations possible, right? Same reasons are written over here. Okay, so monopolistic, in monopolistic competition also there is only one point, that they cannot enjoy supernormal profit, and the diagrams are similar to monopoly. Okay, so monopolistic competition is also over. Boom. So friends, by this I have completed short run and long run theory. Hope you understood. Yes. So let's start with our next topic, that is miscellaneous topics. Friends, the entire main part of the chapter is over, but some few 5 to 6 points are left which has been derived. It is called miscellaneous. Let's start one by one. It's the first is pure competition. Friends, a market is called purely competitive when three conditions alone are satisfied. That is, there should be a large number of buyers and sellers, goods should be homogeneous, and free entry and exit. Friends, pure competition is a very practical market prevails in the country. Now, from pure competition, perfect competition has been derived. Perfect competition is totally impractical, but pure competition is practical. The real example of pure competition is agriculture sector. Now, but, to explain the theory in perfect competition, now some assumptions has been added. So when in the market only these three features are present, it is called pure competition. But in addition to these three, when 4 to 5 more assumption features are added, it becomes perfect competition. And that is what we have learned the features of, perfect competition. Now, for example, price taker, no advertisement cost, no other transportation cost, perfect mobility about of the resources. These all are assumptions are there. That is why it is said that all perfect competitors competition is a pure competition, but all pure competition are not perfect. Oh, is it? Yes. Second one liner concept is equilibrium of the industry. When industry attain equilibrium point, so it's very simple. When total demand equals to total supply, the industry is in equilibrium, and the price at that point is called equilibrium price. So simple. When total demand is equal to total supply, it's one liner concept we have already studied. Barabar in equilibrium price. Now next third point is equilibrium of the firm. Friends, this also we have studied in a golden rule. Firm achieve is in equilibrium when they maximize the profits, right? That is when MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. Okay, and at this point, one more thing is there, that firm have no incentive to expand and reduce the production. Means neither firm will going to leave the industry nor the production will get increased. Oh, now this is something the most logical concept which we have never thought of. Supply curve. Friends, we studied long run perfect competition, monopoly, and monopolistic competition. We have also studied short run monopoly, monopolistic competition, perfect competition. So many diagrams we studied of profit and losses. In that diagram, we never seen the supply curve, but demand curve was there. In all the diagrams, AR was my demand curve. AR, average revenue curve, was also plays a role of demand curve. Hope you remember. But there was no supply curve. But supply is present, because without supply, how come seller can sell the goods and generate the revenue? If AR is there, that means supply curve is also there. But we have never seen in the diagram where was the supply curve. Yes. So friends, here it is. Now, what economist says that the normal nature of supply curve is upward sloping, right? So when you were drawing the marginal cost curve, which cuts to the AVC, average variable cost, and ATC cost, it cuts from below at a minimum point. After cuts, the when MC goes straight line, the supply curve coincide with marginal cost curve. Oh, means the portion of MC curve above AVC represent the firm's supply curve. Uh, oh, so if in the exam they ask you, right, if in the exam they ask you which cost curve indicates supply curve, you have to select marginal cost curve. Finally, so in that diagrams of profit, normal profit, super profit, and losses, demand curve is also there and supply curve is also there. Demand curve is represented by average revenue and supply curve is represented by marginal cost curve. Hope you will going to remember this. Yes, sir. Now, next point is benefits when all the firm in the industry enjoy normal profit in the long run. Friends, while studying long run, we studied one thing that in perfect competition market and in monopolistic competition, in long run sellers cannot enjoy super profit. They can only enjoy only and only normal profit. You know, government also want that businessmen in long run should always earn normal profit only. If they earn super normal profit, it indicates they are exploiting to the consumers. Okay, normal profit is always advantageous for and healthy for the economy as well as for sustainable development of the businesses also. Oh, so what are the advantage or what normal profit indicates actually? What benefits it indicates? The first benefit which they indicate is when producers earn normal profit, they always try to optimally utilize the resources. So all plants are used at a full capacity, means they never underutilize the resources. Okay, so MC is equal to AC. Now, because they optimally utilize the resources, they always operate at a minimum feasible cost because they are enjoying just normal profit, reasonable profit. And to maintain that profit, now they have only one option that they have to reduce the cost. So they always operate at a minimum feasible cost, means they always keeps on increasing their efficiency level. And because their cost is minimum, they always charge to the customer a minimum price. So consumers are also happy. They get a good quality product at a minimum possible prices. Oh, and you know what minimum possible price formula is? MC is equal to MR, AR. Okay, so friends, the conclusion is you have to remember three terms with their formulas. So what? In the exam, they can ask you, what is the formula of achieving maximum profit? What do you mean by minimum price paid by consumers? Where customers that does not get exploited, they get proper benefits. Minimum price, where customers are happy to pay this price. And what do you mean by optimum capacity? See how what are the link ups? When they ask you maximum profit, that means the formula is MC is equal to MR. And MC cuts MR from below. This is the sign of maximum profit. When they say minimum price paid by the consumer, it's MC is equal to AR, or I can say price. You have to memorize this. And when I say optimum capacity is MC is equal to ATC. See, all the three formulas are equal to marginal cost only. MC is equal to MR, MC is equal to AR, and MC is equal to ATC. So different terms, different formula. Okay. Hope you got it. Yes, sir. So now come to the point number 6. That is types of monopoly. Friends, in this we're going to study different forms of monopoly exist in the country. So the first type of monopoly is actually pure monopoly. Friends, pure monopoly is not there in the entire country. Government don't allow pure monopoly. No. Pure monopoly means actually there is a single seller in the market. It is not possible because government not allow. Yes, but monopoly prevails in the market, which is actually controlled by the government. So either the impure monopolies are there in the market. So monopolies are get created, but not pure. It's impure monopoly, which arises due to three categories, three broadly categories. That is extensive controls. When any businessman have extensive control over scarce resources of the country, they enjoy monopoly. So control over the excessive resources. If any person have, there are some scarce resources available in the country and it is owned by one person or one or two persons, so they enjoy monopoly. It's called control over scarce resources. For example, control over nuclear power, gold, oil, etc. Or they have a control over some unique product or technology. Might be one or two people, genius minded people have, due to innovation, they have developed such kind of product which is either very difficult to produce, No one other sellers can produce it, even they try it, or might be they don't know the formula, they don't know technology, how they are producing. So if anyone invents that unique things, they enjoy the monopoly. The best example in the world is Boeing and Airbus. These are the two companies who are making passengers aircraft. It's very difficult to produce by any other companies. So still, from so many years, they're enjoying monopoly in the entire world. Oh, next broader group is monopolies sometimes get created in the country due to government rules and regulations. Is it? Yes. So how come? Now, first is called government monopoly, where government give exclusive rights only to one or two businessmen to, you know, conduct production or conduct such kind of businesses. That is the best example is railway and road transport. Railway have gotten exclusive rights that in India only Indian Railway can give that services. Road transport also get licenses, right? Now, road transport, that is BST buses and all, government is running that. It's license based. So government will going to give license. They will going to issue license only that people can conduct that, run that kind of business. So they are enjoying monopoly due to exclusive rights. It is also called government monopoly. Okay. Another one is legal monopoly. Legal monopoly means in India, due to some legal rules, some people, some businesses are enjoying monopoly. That is called legal monopoly. Patents and copyrights given by the government to protect that intellectual property rights. Now, patents and cop, copyrights are protected, like Microsoft and Google are enjoying. Microsoft have made doors and windows. That formula is remain with Microsoft. No other one can produce that. Google have registered, have a patent of algorithm formulas. Now you know nowadays online markets, Google, right? Now they are running on algorithm. YouTube's they're running on algorithms, right? So they have monopoly. Fine. Then third broad category is extremes quality. Some businessmen have some extreme quality due to which they are enjoying monopoly. Now, first is natural monopoly. What do you mean by natural monopoly? Natural monopoly means huge setup costs. Either that business cannot be set up by anyone, it requires a huge setup cost, or they produce a very large scale of production. When any businessman can produce a huge scale of production, they are actually enjoying natural monopoly, guys. Okay, yes. Now, sir, how come they are enjoying natural monopoly? Because, guys, their production is so huge. I say large scale production means he alone are producing so much huge quantity that he can satisfy the demand of the entire country. And because of large scale production, their cost is so less that no other competitor can produce at that cost. So minimum cost, maximum profit. Okay, the best example is telephone services, natural gas supply, electric power distributions, etc. China in the world is a manufacturing hub. You know why they are manufacturing hub in the entire world? Because they are enjoying natural monopoly. They are producing products in such a large scale. They are enjoying so minimum cost that they are enjoying natural monopoly. No one can bear that. No one have still achieved that level of cost of production. Another type of monopoly is goodwill monopoly. Friends, some companies' brands are so strong, it has been hammered in the people's mind that people want only that branded products. So when any organization enjoy strong brand name, they are enjoying actually monopoly, right? For example, in India, Amul Butter, Maggie, Cadbury, they are enjoying monopoly because their brands are very strong. Okay. Another and the last monopoly is groupism of the sellers. Friends, it is a kind of monopoly where there are two to three sellers in the market, but instead of competing with each other, they people have made a group, right? And they are coordinating with each other. Means for the people, they are competitor, but actually inside they are coordinating with each other. You know, it's called groupism monopoly. Illegal group. You know what? This groupism monopoly is actually illegal in most of the countries. If government come to know that all competitors have become single unit to enjoy monopoly power, then government will not going to allow them. It's totally illegal. Wow. So many types of monopolies are there. Monopoly due to extensive control over scarce resources and unique products. Monopoly due to government rules and regulations. And monopoly due to extremes qualities. Whoo! Now, but pure monopoly is not present. Yes, these monopolies are actually present in the market. Next is disadvantages of monopoly. Next topic, disadvantages of monopoly. Friends, in this we will going to study what are the disadvantage. Monopoly is always disadvantage. So what are the disadvantage? The first disadvantage is there is a higher cost of innovation. There is a higher cost of products due to lack of innovation. Guys, monopolies do not do innovations. They don't improvise their products because they don't face competition. Competition always increase the efficiency. Monopoly, the biggest disadvantage is there is a high cost, barabar, due to lack of innovation. As well as they spend huge money, unjust amount, to influence to the politicians so that they can maintain their monopoly for the long run. Again, there is a wastage of resources, right? And they influence to the politicians that keep a barrier to the entry so that only I can enjoy the monopoly. Oh, next is consumer exploitation. Monopolists always exploit to the consumers by charging high prices. We have studied in long run and short run, monopolists always underutilize their resources. They supply lesser, they maintain excess capacity, and because of underutilization, their cost is high, and to enjoy the profit, they increase the prices. Rise. So consumer exploitation is on in of two types. Now they prices exceed their marginal cost. What I told you, minimum price is MC is equal to price AR. But if any seller charge now price more than marginal cost, they are exploiting to the consumers. Now they are making consumers pay more than the worth. So it reduces the consumer surplus. Means consumers are not getting benefit, they are just looting. They're just getting looted. Second thing, now customers does not get a varieties of choices because of monopoly. In competition, you have wide varieties of choices of the products, right? Yes, but in when monopoly they're in the market, customer does not get any choices. The choices get restricted. Oh, next, guys, monopolists always exploit to their supplier also. They are exploiting to the consumers also, and they are exploiting to the suppliers of the raw material because they are the only buyers of the raw material. So the suppliers who supply them, they always pay them lower prices. And underutilization of resources you have already studied in the diagrams, right? So monopolists earn profit in simple words, but economy suffers. Monopolists earn, but the entire economy actually suffers. This is the major disadvantages of monopoly. So friends, here we have completed miscellaneous topics. So let's start with the interesting topic, part C, price discrimination. Friends, this concept is very interesting because it is one of the method through which by using this method sellers or businessmen can increase their profit levels. Oh, how come? Let's start and understand it. So, the first question comes into our mind is what is actually price discrimination? So friends, price discrimination simply means selling the same product to different buyers at a different prices for reason not related to cost difference. Okay, means cost should remain constant. So basically a monopolist charge different prices for the same product to maximize the profit and to enjoy actually abnormal profit. Oh, for example, let's take an example of airlines. Now, airlines tickets, okay? Two people sitting on the same flight might have paid different fares for their reservations. Am I correct? So this is called price discrimination. But friends, now how price discrimination can take place? Friends, price discrimination can be taken place only when sellers are able to satisfy total five conditions. So that is why my second topic is conditions for price discrimination. Yes, if any seller who is not able to satisfy this price discrimination, these five conditions, he is not in a situation to conduct price discrimination. Okay, so which are the 5 points? The first point is monopoly power. That means the firm must have control over the prices. Yes, means he should be a price maker. Means this price discrimination is possible either only if a seller is enjoying monopoly. It is not possible, indirectly I want to say, it is not possible under perfect competition. because they have no control over the price. Means perfect competitors cannot discriminate the price because they have no control over the price, as they are the price takers. Oh, so first point, monopoly power should be there. Second condition is market segmentation. Means the seller should be able to divide the market in two or more sub markets to charge different prices. Oh, yes, guys, it's very natural. In the same market, how come seller can charge different prices for the same product? It is not possible. So he should be in a position to divide market in a two separate parts. Oh, and just segregating market in two or more sub markets is not sufficient. You know, there should be a third condition, different elasticity of demand. Means price elasticity of a product should be different. So why? Because price elasticity should differ in each market. Reason, so that he can charge high price in inelastic market and low price in elastic market. Means guys, it's very simple and it is the most important MCQ. You know, means economists want to say in one market the seller should enjoy inelastic demand for their product, and in another market seller should enjoy elastic demand for their products. You know, inelastic means monopoly. So when seller will going to enjoy monopoly, now inelastic means in that market he's enjoying monopoly so that he can charge high prices because he have loyal customers over there. But elastic market means in one of the market he's suffering competition, he's facing competition. So in competition you cannot increase the price, so he should charge lower price in elastic market. Oh, fourth condition is control over supply. Means seller must have control over the supply. Means whenever he want he can create scarcity in the market, and whenever he want he can create surplus in the market. Means as per the need or demand or situation, he can change the supply, he can increase the supply, he can decrease the supply. Friends, it is not that possible, it is not that easy, huh? Like we are, studying in the theory. Okay, and the second is, last is, there should not be a arbitrage. Arbitrage means buyer can't resale from one market to another. Oh, means about this discrimination buyer should not be aware. Means means friends, if buyer would come to know that in one market you are selling same product at high price and in another market you are selling at lower price, you are charging two different prices. So what buyer will be able to do? Buyer will going to purchase from the lower price market and he will going to bring to the high price market and sell it in front of you. Oh, so your price discrimination planning will be a flop show then. That's why buyer should not be aware and no arbitraging should be possible. So remember guys, monopoly power, market separation, elasticity difference are the three pillars of price discrimination. Okay, so this was the conditions. Fine, fine, fine. Third, next topic comes in your mind is, so we understood how price discrimination takes place, but what are the objectives of the price discrimination? Friends, obviously, the first objective is to earn maximum profits. Yes, to earn abnormal profit. This is the main objective of every organization. Second objective is to dispose of surplus stock. Sometime you might knowing seller initially the fresh stock he sell at a higher prices, and if seller feel कि now some stock is already there in his godown, he is not able to sell at the higher price, so he will going to reduce the price and dispose it off, because no seller love to keep a stocks, right? They always want to clear the stock as soon as possible and convert into a money. Now next, and to enjoy economics of scale can be the objective. Some companies are producing at a larger quantity to reduce the cost, so they can reduce the prices. This is called economics of scale. To capture foreign markets, yes, there are so many Indian companies who are enjoying monopoly situation in India. Now they want to expand, they want to open their branches in foreign market, where in foreign countries they might face a tough competition. So what they people can do, that businesses, they will going to sell in domestic market at a higher price, and they will going to sell at a discounted prices in a foreign market to capture foreign market and expanding their businesses. Oh, so price discrimination plays important role for expansions. To maintain equity through pricing. Yes, friends. Normally, government of India now use this strategy to maintain the equity. For example, the best example is railway. You know, railway is a basic need, as you people know. So railway service should be now reach to everyone, whether the person can afford or they should not afford. So what railway do for a poor people, they have came up with a segregation: second class, general class, and AC class. For rich people, AC class, they are charging higher prices, and in the same train for a general class, they are charging very low price. So what will going to happen now? What they do, they are doing equity so that that benefit should be available to each and every person of the country. So equalization advantages are also there. Oh, so guys, in short, the main motive is profit, but it also help in efficiency and expansion. Right? Objectives, hope you understood. Now, very important topic, degrees of price discrimination. What is the degree? Now, guys. There is one economist named Professor Pig. He have classified price discrimination in 3 degrees. O, first degree price discrimination, second degree, and third degree. Overall, what do you mean by this degree? Degree means first degree price discrimination means a very high level and very strong price discrimination. Oh, second degree means comparatively now lower price discrimination, milder level of price discrimination. And third degree is very milder level of price discrimination. Okay, so there are 3 degrees, or I can say 3 levels. Each level have their own importance and their own definition. Please see to it. First degree price discrimination means what? Professor Pig want to say at this level, monopolists charge each customer a different price. Oh, price charged to each individual customer based on their ability to pay. Okay, means same service, same product, they are charging at 100 types of prices. Different customer, to you they will going to, you want to purchase a product X, they will going to charge you 100 rupees, and if I want to purchase a product X, they will going to charge me 70 rupees. Okay, means they are changing price from customer to customer. Okay. Now this, that means if you feel कि one of your client is having ability to pay, having a good income source, you will going to charge high prices to them. Okay, means at this level, monopolies take away entire consumer surplus. So what do you mean by this? Means actually at this level, sellers are looting to the consumers. They are take away entire consumer. This is the main definition. Take away entire consumer surplus means they are actually looting to the consumers. Consumers are not getting a single benefit from their services. You have studied consumer surplus topic in the chapter 2. Yes, no worth buying. They are just looting. Sir, is there any kind of example? The best examples are doctors, lawyers, consultants. You know, their fees varies from customer to customer and situation to situation. If doctor find there is a serious case, he might charge fees of rupees 5 lakh instead of 2 lakhs. Oh, second degree. Second degree is in this different prices are charged barabar for different quantities sold. Means bulk discount for large quantity purchase and no discount for small quantity purchase. Oh, so if you're purchasing in a bulk, seller will going to provide you high trade discounts, or if you're purchasing in a small quantity, you have to pay the full prices for that. Okay, so in this now it is bit milder level than the first degree. Means in this the prices are not changed on customer to customer basis, but on quantity to quantity basis. Means in this customer, now monopolies take away part of the consumer surplus. See the difference. In the first degree, they are taking entire consumer surplus, and in the second degree, they are taking away part of the consumer surplus. Focus on these words, okay? Fine. So bulk discount and quantity basis price discrimination. Third degree. Third degree is the very milder level. In this, monopolies divide consumers in a two sub-separate markets and charge different prices in a different sub-markets. Oh, for example, I can say now if I am opening a one branch in a business class society where posh people are there, they have a high paying capacity. So in that in that area, I'm going to charge high prices for the same services. And if I'm opening one of the branch in a service class area, in the lower middle class and middle class area, I'm going to sell them at the same service at a lower fees. Oh, the best example is dumping, where a firm sell the same goods at a cheaper in foreign markets and costlier in domestic market. Okay, so friends, these are the 3 degrees. Let's recap fast. First degree, it depends on person to person. Now, one word. Second degree depends on quantity to quantity, and third degree depends on segregation of the market. Hope you understood. Yes, sir. So now, next point is, what are the benefits of price discrimination? Friends, benefits. There are few advantages too. What, guys? It help price discrimination help some firm to survive who otherwise would make a losses. Oh, yes. Due to price discrimination, friends, ठीक है, they can charge high prices to the higher customers, high paying capacity customers, so they can survive at the initial stages. Okay. Second is, guys, allow prices due to price discrimination, allow essential services to continue profitability, and poor consumers also can take the advantage of it. The best example is railway, right? Now railway is an essential service. It should be reached to the everyone whether the people are able to pay it or not. So what railway do? Railway charge a lower prices services for the second class and the general class, and they also charge high prices to the first AC and second AC. So what railway is doing now, taking they are suffering losses in a cheaper services, so that losses can be get comp off from the premium services fees. Oh, so survival is possible. Fine. So friends, these are the advantages. So yes, price discrimination is not always bad. Sometimes it supports to social welfare also, right? Yes. So along with the advantage, there are one or two disadvantages. The main disadvantages or drawbacks are loss of economic welfare. Customers are getting looted, reduce consumer surplus, and inequality among the buyers, because private businessmen always will not going to think for social services. Their duty is to enjoy maximum profit, and due to maximum profit, now country always lose this economic welfare, and customers are getting looted. We already studied at a first degree. Now they take away entire consumer surplus. At a second degree, they take away partial of the consumer surplus. Am I correct? Yes, sir. So last but not the least, friends, now we have understood what is price discrimination, what are the advantage, what are the disadvantage, but we have to understand how monopolist can discriminate the price. What is the process? How discrimination take place? What is the idea behind that? And how they can increase the profit levels? So friends, in this example, we will going to understand the third degree price level. Okay, to understand price discrimination, let's take some assumptions. Yes, guys, let's understand working mechanism. First, let's understand seller have two markets. A monopolist has two markets, market A and market B. Market A is less elastic market, or I can say inelastic market. Means in market A, seller is enjoying monopoly. He have a stable business. He have a loyal customers in that market. And market B is more elastic, highly elastic. Means here he is facing competition. Okay, assume this way. So market B is a competitive market. Market A is a monopoly market for him. Okay, so now suppose he's charging for his product 30 rupees in both the market. So what is his price or average revenue? 30 rupees. And in market A, the elasticity is 2. And in market B, elasticity is 5. So let's first calculate marginal revenue, because all decisions are taken on the basis of marginal revenue. So this is the something new formula to calculate marginal revenue. You have to understand and you have to do the calculations. Now, marginal revenue can also be get derived from elasticity. Formula to derive marginal revenue is AR बराबर multiply by E minus 1 upon E. E means elasticity. So let's do the calculation first. How to derive MR when in market A price is 30 and in market A elasticity is 2. So 30 into 2 minus 1 upon 2, my marginal revenue will be 15. Okay. In market B, Let's calculate MR. 30 is my price, right? And in market B, elasticity is 5. So 30 into 5 minus 1 upon 5, marginal revenue is 24. So if you're going to see in both the market, despite the price is same, 30-30, marginal revenues are different. So the conclusion is in elastic market, always marginal revenue is greater, and in inelastic market, marginal revenue is lesser. Okay. Hope you got it. Yes, sir. Calculations you understood? Yes. So let's now understand the process. Now, the process is so monopolist what we're going to do in less elastic market because he's enjoying monopoly and customers are loyal, he will going to shift some goods from market A to B for creating scarcity in the market A and conducting surplus in the market B. That's why we understood we have studied one condition there should be a complete control over the supply. So but why in market A he will going to create a scarcity by shifting goods from market A to B? Because when the scarcity will take place, so demand will be become more than supply. So you have studied equilibrium theory. When demand will become more in the scarcity, seller will increase the prices in the inelastic market. Oh, and in market B, surplus will be taken place, means supply will be more than demand. And because that he's facing competition, in competition, you cannot increase the price. If you want to capture that market, if you want to survive in that market, you have to reduce the price. So when supply will be more than demand, prices will fall. He will reduce the prices. Oh, so the basic logic is the loss which he will going to incur in market B, it will be get comp off from the market A where he's enjoying high prices and barabar high profits. Okay, so in this way he will be maintaining, he'll be capturing market B and he will become a profit maker overall in both the markets. Okay. So sir, by shifting the goods from market A to market B and creating scarcity in market A, the more he will going to shift goods from market A to market B, he will be able to increase more prices. Yes, but friends, he will continue this, but it's not an unlimited cycle. Oh, so he have to stop this shifting goods, creating scarcity. It has some limit. So when to stop this shifting goods from market A to market B? So the monopolist will continue until marginal revenue of both the market becomes equal. Okay. So from 24, the MR will keeps on falling because he's reducing the prices. And here MR will increase because he's raising the prices. So one situation will going to come with marginal revenue, both the market will become equal. Fine. So when both the market MR become equal, it is a sign, it indicates that now they should stop shifting the goods from one market to another and stop price discrimination process. Because when MR will become equal in both the market, that means maximum profit has been achieved. Oh, so this is the entire explanation. Marginal revenue, both the market should become equal. Fine. Hope you understood. Yes, sir. Process we have understood. And one more formula for how to derive marginal revenue from elasticity. So please guys, when AR and elasticity is given in the question and they tell you to calculate marginal revenue, your formula will going to be AR into E minus 1 upon E. So by this, guys, price discrimination topic is over. But let's recap, fast recap in a 5 to 6 points in a one liner. So first point, what is price discrimination? It means same product and different prices. Second, what are the conditions? Now, condition are there should be a monopoly power, market separation, and there should be two different elasticities. Am I correct? What are the objective? Objective is to achieve maximum profit, market expansion, and to maintain efficiency. How many degrees of price discrimination are there? First degree, individual level. Second degree, quantity based. And third degree, market based. Benefits, what are the benefits? Survival of the business, social service, and access of the poor. What are the disadvantages? Welfare loss and reduced consumer surplus. So this is the called fast revision. What is the process? Transfer of goods from one market, inelastic market, to elastic market, and make marginal revenue of both the market equal to enjoy maximum profit. So friends, this was the entire chapter, short, simple and crystal clear, perfect for your rapid revision. So keep revising smartly and stay confident. So let's start with one of the very dynamic and real world topic, oligopoly market. Oh, yes guys, oligopoly after studying perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, here it is the fourth market based on the competition, it is oligopoly. First thing comes in our mind is actually what is oligopoly? So friends, oligopoly is actually a market where there are few sellers. Oh, yes. So what do you mean by few? Few means typically there are exactly either between 2 to 10 sellers. 2 to 10 sellers and dealing with either homogeneous goods or differentiated goods. Okay. For example, now real industries are automobile industry, cold drink industry, petroleum industry, airline industry, telecom industry, power generating industry. So many live examples are there which enjoying oligopoly market. So basically, oligopoly is it is a market with not many sellers, but each one is powerful, even barabar enough to affect the entire market. Oh, when I say few sellers, that means that in the entire market, if there are 3 to 4 sellers, now they will going to enjoy largest market share, right? Yes. So oligopoly, let's understand more in detail with the help of features of oligopolistic market. Let's look the key features one by one. First is few sellers. Now, what do you mean by few? Only a big few firms dominate the entire market, guys. Sometimes just only 2 to maximum 10 sellers. Acha, when in the market there are only 2 sellers, it is actually called duopoly. Duo means two, poly means seller, or maximum 10 sellers. So any market which having two to number of sellers between 2 to 10, that market is actually called oligopoly market. And you know what? When there are less sellers in the entire market, each firm actually enjoy a large market share who can influence the market also and output also. Okay. Hope you understood few sellers. So now if you want to do the comparison logically, so understand when I say in a market there is only one seller, it's called monopoly. More than one, that is two to 10 sellers in the market, it's called oligopoly. And if there are market more than 10 sellers, theoretically it's called large number of sellers, then that market is called either perfect competition or monopolistic competition. Oh, see the comparison, guys. Hope you understood. Yes, sir. Next important feature is product may be homogeneous or differentiated. Guys, in oligopoly, some markets sell identic identical goods, that is homogeneous goods like petrol, steel, etc., while other sell differentiated goods like car, aircrafts, airline industry, etc. Oh, so products may be homogeneous, may be differentiated. Both kind of products can be available in the oligopoly market. Okay. Next is strong barrier to entry. Now I'm coming to the point number one, strong barrier to entry. Friends, have you thinking of, guys, are you thinking how come few sellers are possible? Single seller, large seller, we can understand. Few sellers, guys, it is a market where new firms find harder to enter. Oh, that's why it's called strong barrier. Because of actually it is very hard to start such kind of businesses because of high setup cost, government rules, or might be a brand dominance. Okay. Hence, no, government restrictions are not there. Don't take it otherwise. Don't misunderstand it. Now, I'm not saying there is a restriction of the government. If government would have restricted the entry, then there would be a single seller. But there are few sellers. Few sellers, why not large? You can understand by this, guys, because these are that type of industries in which Tom, Dick, and Harry cannot start the business due to a huge setup cost, or might be the difficulty of these businesses is very high to run the business. Okay. Now, fourth feature is Price. Guys, oligopolies are price makers or takers? Friends, firms are not takers. They are price makers. In oligopoly, each firm can fix their own prices. But you know what? But they still consider rivals action before changing the price because there is a competition among few guys. So they are price makers, but they have a very less control. They have to think how their competitors are thinking of. Okay, so there is a price makers. Now, friends, next some unique feature which you have never heard of in any of the market, that is group behavior. Yes, firm often compete through advertising, quality improvement and branding instead of cutting the prices. Friends, the unique feature of oligopoly is now they never compete in a price. They always go with non-price competition. The competition among the few sellers are very tough. Cut and throat competitions are there, but you know these sellers never compete in a price. They never enter into a price wars. Okay, for example, sir, can you give such examples? Yes, the best example which you can understand, you can relate is Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. Oh, now you just realize it. They rarely fight on price but compete on marketing. So they always believe in a non. Next, strategic interdependence. Now, guys, what is strategic interdependence? It means, guys, each firm have a close watch on what others are doing. Yes, as there are competition among few, people have few choices, so all are brand wise popular. Am I correct? So each competitor have to keep an eye on each other because if one change its price or policy, the other will actually react immediately. Yes, guys, if any one person, if any one seller change its price and strategies, it is directly impacting on the others because there is no large number of sellers. If sellers would be large, there would be an indirect impact or might be the impact would be lesser. But there are very few sellers, one seller's action heavily impacting to the others. So they always go by strategic. So in simple words, what I can say is every move in an oligopoly is a strategic decision. All major decisions are taken on strategic basis. So they behave in a group. They never compete in a price wars. They always go with a non-price competition. That's why they always incur a huge advertisement expenditure. Huge advertisement. So friends, these are the 7 important features which make oligopoly market very unique. Strong barrier to entry, few sellers, products may be homogeneous, but they are price takers and they are behaving in a group, non-price competition, and all decisions are actually interdependent on each other strategically. Hope you understood the features of oligopoly. Yes. Now the next point comes. What are the types of oligopoly? Friends, oligopoly is actually a few sellers market, but it has been divided in a 5 broad categories and subcategories. See to it, let's start one by one. The first type depends on nature of product. Oh, now on the basis of nature of product, there are 2 types of oligopoly: pure oligopoly, imperfect oligopoly. Perfect oligopoly. Perfect oligopoly means oligopoly with perfect competition. And imperfect oligopoly means oligopoly in combination of monopolistic competition. Oh, means what, sir? Now, it means firm in pure oligopoly and perfect oligopoly, firms are dealing with homogeneous goods. So homogeneous goods is a perfect competition, hence it's a perfect oligopoly. Okay, but in imperfect oligopoly, firm produce similar but identical goods. They are dealing with differentiated goods like car, bikes, etc. A pure oligopoly, homogeneous goods, best example is steel, coal factories, petrol, now, etc. Okay. Second broad category is based on entry of the firms. Based on entry of the firms. Open oligopoly and closed oligopoly. Open oligopoly means new firm can enter the markets. New firm can enter the markets. Means this market is open to all. Any Tom, Dick and Harry can start, but they cannot because of difficultiness of the businesses. But it's an open to all. Closed oligopoly is the totally opposite. Closed oligopoly means entry for the new firms are actually restricted. Means the existing few sellers never allow new sellers to start the business, survive in this market. Okay, because they want to enjoy the luxury of fewness. Oh, next, the third category is oligopoly. Types of oligopoly also has been derived on the basis of agreement or collusions. Means what? It is based on cooperation. So there are two types based on cooperation. One is collusive oligopoly. I can say cooperative oligopoly. Another one is non-collusive or non-cooperative oligopoly. Name itself indicates, guys, what is cooperative oligopoly. Cooperative oligopoly means firms are not competing with each other. Firms are actually cooperating with each other and forming an agreement to fix the prices and output. Okay, yes. Now they come up with a common interest. Means they actually are not competing. For the public, they are the competitor, but behind the curtains, they have made a groupism and they are cooperating. They made a groups. It's called cartel, and they are enjoying monopoly power. You know what? Now, to enjoy the profits, but government always demotivates such kind of groupisms. Yes, because government hate monopoly, and that's why in majority countries, cartels and collusive oligopoly is actually illegal. The best example in the world is OPEC, oil and petroleum exporting countries. Now, it indicates it's the best example for collusive oligopoly. The opposite of collusive is non-collusive, or I can say non-cooperative or competitive oligopoly. Friends, in this firms compete independently. Price wars are common. Means they are not cooperating with each other. They are competing. They are giving a cutthroat competition to each other. Okay. Next is oligopoly based on the basis of price leadership. Guys, in that there are two: partial oligopoly, full oligopoly. Partial oligopoly means it is a combination of, I can say, monopoly plus oligopoly. So how come monopoly? Monopoly means single seller. Yes, it is a market situation where there is a one seller who is very giant and playing a role of price leadership. Oh, means one large firm act as a price leader and other follows him. So one large firm is enjoying monopoly, but he's not monopolist because he's also facing competition among the few. So oligopoly. That's why it's called partial oligopoly, not complete oligopoly. Partial. Okay, see, when a large firm in the market now is recognized as the price leader and other smaller firm, TK follows him. Oh, so this situation is called partial oligopoly. What is full oligopoly? It is totally opposite. There is no single leadership in the market. Okay, there is no price leadership. All firms are of similar sizes and they all compete freely, sometimes causing price war also. So there is no price leadership. All are at par and all are giving cutthroat competition. So what I can say is the term collusive oligopoly, competitive oligopoly, and actually full oligopoly is exactly same. Okay, in partial oligopoly, there are two types of price strategy prevails. One is live and let live philosophy. So what do you mean by this? Guys, in this, the price leaders keeps prices, fix that prices which is fair so that everyone can earn profit. Oh, a very neutral prices strategy. So it benefits to all the sellers. It's called live and let live philosophy. Or another one of price strategy can prevail is barometric price method, barometric leadership. In this, how prices are fixed in the market, a respected and or experienced firm set the price. Okay, another follows. Okay, the company who is the oldest with experience and the giant, they made the leaders, they fix the price. Whatever prices they fix, now other competitors have to follow them. It's called price leadership. Sir, is there any practical example in India? Plastic market, plastic granules market, the plastic raw material in India, Reliance having a major share. Reliance is enjoying a monopoly, but I cannot say he enjoy monopoly because there are many sellers who are selling price plastic granules, but Reliance is a price leader. If today he will going to say increase the plastic by 2 rupees per kg in the entire market, now prices will increase by 2 rupees per kg. Oh, so in plastic granules market, Reliance enjoying partial oligopoly. Last criteria. Now, oligopoly is also categorized on the basis of degree of coordination. On the basis of degree of coordination, two types of oligopoly are there: organized oligopoly, syndicated oligopoly. What do you mean by organized oligopoly? Organized oligopoly means it is a in this firm form an association. Okay, all the firms form a central association to fix prices, outputs, and quotas. Means the decisions will be taken by a centralized association. It is very organized manner. Whatever decision central or association will going to take will be applicable to all the few sellers in the market. Okay, who are the members of this organization? Syndicated oligopoly. Syndicated oligopoly means in this firm create a common selling agency, guys. Organization, no common association, but they are creating one common selling agency, that is called syndicate actually, or to sell collectively and avoid competition. Now, all the sellers who are producing the goods will going to sell not directly to the consumers, they will going to sell their producers to this common selling agency, and this common selling agency will going to sell that goods in the market. So for market, actually they are enjoying monopoly. Oh, so friends, I can say that oligopoly can be cooperative or competitive, but either way, it is always interdependent. That is what feature we have studied. Finally, so many types of oligopolies are there. One liner concept, guys. Now, the most important topic of oligopoly is kinked demand curve. So, what is this kinked demand curve? Friends, there is one most famous theory in the oligopoly. It is given by an American economist, Paul Sweezy. Oh, yes. Hence, it is also called Sweezy model. It explains in this theory price rigidity. Its focus is on price rigidity. That means he want to say that price in oligopoly market remains stable for a long time. Means he want to explain in his theory that in oligopoly market the price of the goods never changes. Once the price is fixed, it remains same for a very long period. Oh, price are not fluctuating. So his theory is focusing on price rigidity theory or sticky price concept. Okay, so now when someone asked Sweezy, how come in the oligopoly market price remains same for a longer period? Because I told you now sellers never compete in a price remains same. How? So what he explained is, see, they say that each firm, for example, one firm, if in the oligopoly market, if any firm reduces the prices, if any firm try to reduce the prices, the other competitor will going to follow him. Oh, yes. See, why seller reduce the price? Seller reduce the prices of their product because they with an intention that the competitor's customer should shift to his business. His product should become his sale should increase. Am I correct? But it is in this oligopoly market, it is useless to reduce the prices. Why? Sweezy says if any one seller will reduce the price, other competitor will immediately going to reduce the prices. That is called interdependency. Oh, so reduction in the price is of no use. Instead, you made your own losses as well as competitors' losses. Because if all the sellers are reducing prices accordingly together, customers will not going to shift to each other. So reducing price is not fruitful, right? But if any seller want to increase the price, no. If seller raises the prices, other competitor will not follow him. Oh, for example, you are an oligopolist. If you reduce the price, I will going to follow you. But if you rise the price, I will not going to follow you. Instead, rising the prices, you have damaged your own business on your own. Why? Because if you're going to increase your prices and your competitor will not going to follow, so to your customers, your customers will going to find that competitors' products are cheaper. So your customers will shift to the competitor. So in oligopoly market, sellers knows it is of no use to rise the prices and to reduce the prices. So firm avoid changing the prices and stick to the current one. creating a kink in demand curve. So what do you mean by kink? Yes, that I'll go to explain you from the diagram. See, one diagram has been drawn. It is a demand curve. As per the law of demand, demand curve is downward sloping. This king diamond demand curve is also downward sloping. But you know, as per the law, demand curve is having a smooth slope, downward sloping. But king demand curve is in this way. Means it's like someone have bended the demand curve from the middle, right? That's why it's called kinged. King means broken from the middle. So if you're going to see, demand curve is actually downward sloping, but the upper part is flatter and the lower part is steeper. And as per price elasticity theory, when the demand curve is flatter, demand becomes relatively elastic. And when demand curve become flat steeper, demand is relatively inelastic, right? So upper part of the demand curve is relatively elastic and the lower part of the demand curve is relatively inelastic. Okay, because neither they will going to increase the price. If they increase the price, customers will not going to shift. Sorry, if they reduce the price, customer will not going to shift. So less change in demand, so steeper. Price reduction indicates relatively inelastic. But if they rise the price, guys, the entire customer, barabar, your demand will going to fall drastically. So increasing the price indicates elastic and reducing the price indicates inelastic. Hence, rising the price and reducing the price is of no use. So price remains sticky for a longer period. Oh, so friends, conclusion is if you understood this theory, it's good. Otherwise, one liner in this, King Paul Sweezy want to explain that in oligopoly market, price remains sticky. Barabar, no one want to start a price war. Price will remain same. The best example for you is a cold drink market. All the sellers are selling their products at the same price, that is 20 rupees. Whatever brand you want to purchase. Am I correct? So with this, oligopoly topic is over. Now, there are some other types of market, one liner from buyer point of view. Till now, we understood four types of market from seller point of view, like perfect competition, large number of sellers, monopoly, single seller, oligopoly, few sellers, and monopolistic competition, large number of sellers. Am I correct? But guys, there are some market which is buyer oriented. Oh, so four one-liner types of market, understand. Duopoly. Duopoly is actually a part of oligopoly only. It is a market where there are two sellers, only two sellers in the market, is called duopoly because the word duo means two, poly means seller. Am I correct? Yes. Now come to the buyer point of view. The another term is monopsony. Guys, monopsony. The word mono means single and sony has been derived from the word sonus, which means buyer. Guys, means it is a market in which there is only a single buyer market. One single buyer dominates. Usually, now the example in this market cannot be a finished goods market. Consumer market cannot be a single buyer. It is applicable only to the factor market, where land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs. Right? I told you markets are of two types: a consumer goods market, a factor market. In factor market, now might be there is a monophthonous. Single buyer means sellers are large, but there is only a one buyer in the market. Oh, similarly, from the word oligopoly, it has been derived from oligopsonus. Oligo means few, again sonus means buyer. It is a market where there is no single buyer, but there are small number of large buyers. So a few buyers, but again seen in the factor market. It is also best example of the only and only factors market. For example, you are a rocket engineers. So there are very few companies who want rocket engineers in the market. Oh, hope you got it. The last one is a bilateral monopoly. Bilateral monopoly means it is a combination of monopoly market and a monopsonous market. Means in this market there is only one buyer as well as one seller. Single buyer and single seller. It's a combination. That's why it's called bilateral market. Hope you understood. So guys, these are the just variations of the market depend on how many buyers and sellers exist. Finally, by this, my unit D is over. But let's final recap with an energetic way in a 4 to 5 points. Let's recap it seriously, MCQ's point of view. First, what do you mean by oligopoly? Oligopoly means few seller, high control, and interdependent strategies will going to be there. What are the features of oligopoly? Barrier to entry, a huge advertisement cost, group behavior, and price rigidity are the unique features of oligopoly. What are the types? Types are depend on pure and differentiated goods, open and closed oligopoly, collusive and non-collusive oligopoly, price leadership, and organized and syndicated oligopoly. Right? Now, King the demand curve explained price rigidity among the oligopoly, and it has been derived from the American economist Paul Spezi. Am I correct? And some other type of market was duopoly, monopoly, oligopoly, bilateral monopoly. So friends, hope you understood the whole unit, right? So keep revising regularly and remember, understanding market behavior is the key to understand this chapter. Okay? So that's it, my dear students. This was your quick revision session. Simple words, clear concept. Now there is no room for confusion. If you understood everything in one go, say yes, sir, and give it one more quick revision. Remember, smart study is the best strategy. Keep revising, stay confident, and believe in your preparation. And don't forget to tell your friends that these notes are total exam lifesaver. Stay consistent, stay motivated, and I will see you in the next rapid fire revision.